Your mind is a garden. And I had this realization lately about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind and how to tell the difference. And we really don't have a visual image of the mind, right? So I thought about the mind as a garden, and I felt like it was a pretty cool analogy that could help me to understand how my mind works and how I can make changes in my life. So, when you think about a garden, think about your mind. Your mind is a garden. And so, when you're born, your garden has already been planted with seeds from your parents. Your parents planted the seeds for you because they had to make a garden the only way that they know how to. So, they planted the seeds that they knew about and the ones that they had in their garden. And so your garden pretty much had almost everything that their garden had. Your gardens were pretty similar. And so as you're growing older, you're realizing that the plants in the garden are not the best. There's some weeds in there that are overtaking the flowers or overtaking some of the other plants. And so when we think about our mind as a garden, the plants represent our belief systems and the seeds represent the thoughts. The thoughts that we have are so immensely powerful that they produce a plant, and the plant is our belief. So, our parents planted these seeds and they grew all of these different thoughts and all of these different beliefs in us. And we, as adults now, realize that some of those plants, as I mentioned, are weeds now. They're overtaking the garden and they need to be pulled out. So, our mind, the subconscious mind, is like the soil in the ground. It grows whatever you're going to plant in it, whether you're planting a weed or you're planting lavender, you're planting sage, or whatever it may be. So, the soil is the subconscious mind. It's going to take whatever you plant and it's going to grow. The conscious mind is the gardener. Your conscious mind is the gardener that comes in to the garden and says, whoa, there is some plants in here that are not working and we need to change them. We want a beautiful garden, not a garden that's overrun by weeds. And these weeds are generally going to be considered like negative beliefs in this analogy. Negative beliefs, limiting thoughts, just things that hold you back in life. So, one example could be a weed in the garden represents your thoughts about money that your parents planted. And so that thought may be that there's not enough money, there's never enough, it's hard to make money, money doesn't grow on trees. And so you have this negative belief about money, but it's been planted by your parents and it's grown full grown. So, now that you're a gardener and you're conscious of your garden, you're like, hey, I don't want that weed in there anymore. Let me plant a new thought. So you pull out that old weed, just rip it out, try to get to the root of it and just bring it out. The root represents the stories that your parents told you, the memories or the times that you remember when your parents had told you there's never enough or money's really hard to make. Those are the roots. You want to pull those roots up and out, look at them, and then toss them aside lovingly. We don't need you in here anymore, weed. We want a beautiful new lavender plant there, let's just say. And so this new plant has new thoughts and new beliefs. And so you want to plant the seed that has the new money beliefs, that money is easy to make, that money is abundant, that money is my friend, that money supports my vision for life. So you plant that seed, that's your new thought, and you continue to water it and give it sunshine, which is going to be your energy and your focus every day to focus on this new plant that you are planting, this new seed that you're planting in your mind, in your garden. So you want to every day think about this new seed that you've planted and remind yourself money is easy to make. I have plenty, there's more than enough, and I'm fully supported by life. And just remember that this is your new plant. Whenever that old weed pops back up that tells you there's not enough, I'm scared, there's not enough money, how will I survive? You want to again grab that weed, pull it out, look at the roots, and let it go. Lovingly toss it out of the garden because it doesn't belong there anymore, because you don't want that weed anymore. So you have a new plant that you will continue to give your attention, your energy, the sun, and the water to. And that's how that plant will grow. And eventually, as it sprouts, it becomes a belief. And now you actually do believe that money is abundant, that money is always here for you, that you make money easily. And the new belief is strong. That plant grows strong because you've truly given it your energy and your attention and your care, which is equivalent to sunshine and water and love. So plant the plants that you want to see in your garden and weed out the old negative beliefs that may have been planted there from when you were young. Take a look at your garden. What plants are there? Take a look at your mind. What thoughts are there? What beliefs are there in your garden? Whether those beliefs are about money, relationships, life, yourself, what are your beliefs really? Think about it in terms of a garden. What beliefs were planted when you were a child in you from your parents? Do you want to continue with those beliefs or do you want to pull out those old ones and plant new ones? I would say, if you can, take a minute, couple minutes to sit down and write them all out. What plants were planted by my parents? What belief systems were handed down to me in my garden? Write them all down. And then look at each one of them and say, do I really want this in my garden? Do I really want this belief in my mind? And if you don't, then start looking at the root of that, pulling out those old weeds and planting in a new plant in its place. And begin to give it your focused attention and energy, your love, your care, the sunshine and the water that it needs to grow. And that's kind of the first step to recognizing that your mind is a garden and that your beliefs are representative of the plants. Your thoughts represent the seeds. And ultimately, when that plant starts to grow and it blooms and has flowers, that's how you'll know that that is a very strong plant and it has claimed its space in your garden. And when that comes to your mind, that's when you'll see the results in your life. You'll see your life reflecting back to you these beliefs, and the results will show around you what you actually believe. The subconscious mind is the soil that's producing all of this beautiful plant life, and your consciousness is the gardener, picking and choosing and deciding which beliefs they want to keep and which beliefs they want to let go of. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you're able to see your mind in a new way and visualize your mind as a garden and start to take an inventory of what is in your garden. Do you like what's there currently? Or do you want to change a few things? Do you need to spruce it up and pull out some weeds? Because I know I do. Start taking the time to do that. Start taking the steps that you need to pull out those weeds and get some new plants in there. I love you so much. And if you have any questions or thoughts on the topic, leave a comment below because I would love to have a conversation around this. Take care. Bye.